We do not say that all of the saints will be spared and saved from the coming day of desolation. But we do say there is no promise of safety and no promise of security except for those who love the Lord and who are seeking to do all that he commands. It may be, for instance, that nothing except the power of faith and the authority of the priesthood can save individuals and congregations from the atomic holocausts that surely shall be.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. Finally got to watch Bill Maher's show, and he reminded us of the episode from 5 years ago about the woman who escaped from Scientology, as well as reminding us about how everybody in the world has allowed Putin to get away with stuff all these decades, from Georgia to Crimea to the wars, and now everybody's just letting them get away with it. And again, I see his frustration. You know, it's one thing to just give moral support for Ukraine to win. It's another thing to recognize that Russia is the bully, the aggressor in this case. They are the dominant military. And so why then are we in NATO thinking that we'll just supply Ukraine with the weapons and the supplies and such, if we're even doing that, and think that that's good enough? You know, the past has shown us that we have never attacked Russia to push them back, to stop them from all this. And so that's discouraging. And that's why Putin is doing what he's doing, because he knows nobody's going to stop him. Nobody's going to stand up to him. And the latest news is he's already threatened nuclear war. He's already been bringing in nuclear missiles to Belarus that he now occupies. I'm the one who brought that out. Just as he's occupied Crimea, now that he's occupied the two provinces, whatever they're referred to in Ukraine, he now is in Belarus. That's his country now. He's brought it back to Russia. Do you not see what he's doing? No, they don't. Nobody sees. I'm the only one who sees. And so, yes, apparently everybody was shocked. Oh, he invaded? I didn't think he would invade. I thought he would have learned his lesson and he would know better. Bunch of dumbasses. And so, yeah, he's gonna nuke. It's just a matter of when and where. He will nuke. And so, is he going to keep the capital? Or is he going to nuke it? So, that's the big question. And so I have the little video segment for you from the nuke map online that apparently was busy this morning. To show you the amount of damage, amount of kilotons of an explosion is necessary to take out the Kiev, Ukraine temple along with it. And then I go to Salt Lake City to show you the damage that would also cause here in Utah. So, enjoy. Or should I, you know the scriptures. The church has even, Bruce R. McConkie has been big on that for the latter days, that it'll be nuclear war. And, you can trust the church. They're paying for it. Travis Wayne Goodsell. The site here is nuclearsecrecy.com nuke map. It gives us scenarios of what would happen during a nuclear blast. You can enter in the location around the world, the amount of yield in kilotons, and determine whether it's an air blast or a surface, and identify the casualties and the radioactive fallout, and then click detonate to see what happens. So we're going to start with 1 kiloton. That's, a crude nuclear terrorist weapon. And we're going to detonate it on Kiev. And so here you see the capital is destroyed. The initial blast at the center is a devastating one. It's still calculating the casualties, and it says, sorry, the request to the casualty database timed out. Probably a lot of other people are making requests at the moment. That's because there's a news story that came out about what would be the fallout of a nuclear blast in Kiev. Lots of people are wanting to find out now. And so, as we scroll out, let's see, there's the medical, there's the Kiev Zolini Airport. The church, I think, yeah, Ukraine State Aviation, this is the one right here, where the church temple is over in this location. I hope you can see the little hand that's floating around by the IEV airport. I hope that's the case. But yeah, you can see a 1 kiloton blast is central to the capital in that area. So let's increase it to 10 and see what that will do. Whoops. Yeah. Clear all effects. And detonate. There's a query. Cancel it and start a new one. Okay. Is this the 10 or the 1? Looks like the 1. Well, no, it does look bigger, doesn't it? Okay. So maybe. So let's clear all effects. And we'll do 100. Okay. That didn't seem like it did that much. Is this not working? Or do I have to eliminate the select my own preset? There we go. Yeah, that other field being filled in caused some problems. Now we're starting to see, yeah, this is what I was looking for. There we go. Much better. So the temple is over here, south west of the airport, across that little freeway thing there. And for 10 kilotons, It does a huge amount of damage. And so let's get to 100. Let's clear all the effects first. And then do 100. And detonate. Yeah, we're almost reaching the airport with 100 kiloton. And we're not even at the below average kiloton, which is 1,000. And we're assuming that the wind speed is coming from the southwest. That's why you'll see the radiation fallout head to the northeast. You can adjust the flag, move it around wherever you want, but you'd have to know the direction of the wind that's blowing. But the blast itself will change the weather. You'll need to understand that unless the weather is more severe than the blast, which if that were the case, the weather would be far more devastating than the blast itself. Alright, so here's 1,000. Here's a base small yield per se for missiles. Alright, well, the temple is destroyed. As the initial flame just incinerates the whole capital area and region. You have blast radius, burn radius. You have radiation where people in these outer rings are going to be irradiated to the point where they're eventually going to get leukemia and other cancers, depending on how far out in the ring they are. So the closer to the center, the quicker you're going to get the cancer. The further out, the longer it'll take to get the cancer. And the fatalities, that's the initial blast, not the after effects, after exposure to the radiation. And so let's do 10,000. 10,000, clear all the effects, and detonate. Yeah, here we're seeing a massive blast. One that makes you cry, if the others hadn't made you cry already. And we have to scan way back to show you the blast radius according to the wind direction. And I mean, that is just massive. So you can even put Salt Lake City on this map. Oh gee, it's already in here for me. I must have checked this before. Yeah, see how damaging this is? This destroys the whole valley with a 10,000 kiloton bomb. The whole valley, north and south, up to Kaysville, down to Bluffdale, Harriman area. Just all destroyed. And so if something's going to happen to us, we're going to want, what if we take off 1 0? Oh, seriously? Let's see, 1,000 Kiloton goes up to Bountiful, so it does get to Nelson and his mansion home there in the hills, and reaches close to where I am. It looks like I'll still be safe from a 1,000 kiloton blast, but I'll have to go south to avoid the damaged area. I'll have to go south of Murray to dear God. Yeah, the Intermountain Medical Center will be safe. That will be a hot spot for all the wounded. Dear God. It won't even be big enough for the wounded. But yeah, I'd have to come down to 5400 south and hope that the wind is not blowing from the north. Because if we move it to there, yeah, all of a sudden the hospital is now in the radiation zone. Just by a simple moving of the wind direction. So, dear God. Alrighty, there's a little thing, and add it to some kind of other video for you.